Hey, look at that, a free game. Total War Troy. Came out just today. Just a couple hours ago, apparently. 4 hours or so. Got it downloaded and I am interested to try it. I was initially very, very cynical when it was first revealed. For one thing, the previous saga was not received well. I've not played Thrones of Britannia, but it was not received well. So that wasn't helpful. It would probably would have just put me in a bad mood because it wasn't Warhammer or Three Kingdoms related. And it also really did not make me confident that it was going to be free via the Epic Game Store. But despite all odds, what I've been seeing over the last month or two have made me really interested in this game, and now here I am recording it. So I picked Agamemnon to start with because he has apparently the easy campaign according to the difficulty gauge, which is almost always incorrect. And if I were to instead hazard a guess at the real easiest campaign to play, it would probably be Odysseus's, because he starts off on an island and he has the strongest archers, and that's in Total War. That's typically the easiest start. I'm going with Agamemnon anyways because he sounded interesting. And the first mission we get is to go after these Tyran dudes, get food and bronze. That's the really interesting thing about Troy, is that there's now not just one currency type, nor two, but 5 currency types. Food, wood, stone, bronze, and gold. So, I'm going to assume gold is what pays upkeep. We build with wood and stone. Bronze can build units, and food is there to keep cities and armies alive? I don't know, we'll see. The very first thing I need to do is crack open the audio. Turn the master audio all the way down. That way I'm not battling with the fucking characters here. There we go. Alright, ooh, the night. Nighttime. Oh my god, that is very nice art. I love that. Okay, let's see. And Mycenae. I want to call it Mycenae, but it's Mycenae. It's going to take a little bit for me to get used to that. We've got... Keeping in mind that this is my first campaign playthrough, so I might misunderstand the point of some of these buildings. We've got the town of Mycenae itself. Plus 240 food per turn, wood, growth, happiness, influence. Interesting. What is influence? Huh, okay. And it's already up to tier 3. Interesting. In Warhammer, you might have your capital up to tier 2, but here it's tier 3. Walls, because Total War tradition, you gotta build walls in every city. And walls do not provide anything except being walls, I guess. They increase the morale of units, decrease siege attrition, increase siege holdout time. A mustering field for spearmen, basic ass spearmen, and a mustering field for skirmishers. They did not get it up to tier 3 though. Costs bronze to upgrade buildings. Food and bronze. Interesting. Is everything not done with gold in this game? Okay, gold is necessary to upgrade your capital. Interesting. I wonder if gold's like supposed to be one of the rare types. Okay, let's look over the building tree here. By the way, this is gonna be the recording here, everyone, is me looking over. Ooh, what's new? I want to see this. Because a lot of what's new here is probably going to be seen in both Three Kingdoms updates to come, as well as Warhammer 3. Because the Saga's entries are usually made to experiment with. Okay, so we can get a statue of Agamemnon. Enemy factions are more likely to attack this region, but we get increased stats for units in that region. That's an interesting building right there. That's an interesting building. I don't think it's worth a building slot, but it's an interesting one. And all this, which is not tiers we can get to yet. A Champions Hall, plus 40% to recruitment cost, but increases the recruitment rank. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Damn. Agamemnon's Host, plus 5 to recruit rank, plus 5 to range of all light javelin units, faction-wide. This is a landmark. Yeah, this is a landmark right here. Like, there's no way that I can just build this in every city and wind up with javelin men fucking hucking javelins over 2 miles. And the Tomb of Kings. Ooh, increased resources per vassal. That's a good motivation to get me to vassalize people. I always think Total War has a trouble with there being very little real motivation to vassalize other factions. That's a good motivation to vassalize people. Okay, for military, got the melee building. Yeah, we got the ranged building. Military camp. Oh, this is for light javelin men. Okay, so if we want to get set up with javelin and eventually the Agamemnon's unique units, I'm going to have to take that building. Chariots. Oh boy, there's 4 different military building sets. That's odd. Victoria. Plus 1% to experience of all units per turn in this province. Plus 60% to line of sight. But minus 10% to campaign movement range of enemy armies. So it's like a system of signals, like, the beacons are lit, Gondor calls for aid, that kind of thing. I see. A bowyer. I guess we're not going to bother building that, because that doesn't look impressive. Let's see. But it does increase recruit rank of missile units. Huh. A guardhouse which provides more garrison, but less happiness. Interesting. This is all very interesting stuff. Let's see, Crier Square lowers recruitment cost and upkeep cost in the area. A food warehouse. Increased food per turn from buildings. Okay, so we got different warehouse, food and lumber warehouses. And they increase the amount of food or wood we will generate. The vineyard just increases happiness. Oh, but it provides more spies. That's very Total War. Bars always give more spies. Chieftain's Hall for influence and envoys. Interesting. So I assume he's like the equivalent of diplomats or metskes. Okay. And mud brick houses for growth. Now, I don't know whether growth is going to be like in... Hang on, let's see. Okay, so we do need population surplus. Does growth increase... Growth creates population surplus, which allows you to construct additional buildings. Oh, they went with the Warhammer way of handling population. I don't like that. Because once you are up to max population surplus, there's no reason for you to build any more growth buildings. They become pointless. And I don't like obsolete buildings. You know? It takes away depth. And Total War Warhammer has a serious fucking problem with there being no real depth to buildings in that game. You just build what is the most efficient money setup in the majority of your cities, and you have 1 or 2 cities that are devoted to military buildings. And you use growth to speed them along at first. However, I do like the way that the growth works out in this chain, because in Warhammer, you generally don't want to upgrade the growth past tier 1 or 2. And here it looks like they actually increase growth exponentially. In Warhammer, you go from 20 to 30 to 40 growth. Here it's 20 to 40 to 70. So it's a much better justification for the time and money invested. Interesting, interesting. Okay, here's the god building. This is what I was expecting here. Any of them to build a priestess. A priestess? Well, the Greeks were notoriously sexist, but okay. Let's see. Hera for... Hang on. Okay, so Hera for growth. Unit morale in this province. Increases the cost of a hecatomb, but it... Plus favor gained from a hecatomb. What's a hecatomb? Let me see. Huh. Okay, hang on. I don't know what a hecatomb is. Huh, okay. I'll figure it out. Zeus for... Let's see. Oh, the hecatomb stuff is for all gods. Okay. So Zeus provides influence and reduced construction cost. Nice. Ares provides charge and melee attack for units recruited in this province. Interesting, that's kind of close, classic Total War. Excuse me. Apollo for recruitment cost for missiles and recruit rank for agents. Athena for melee defense, as it should be, and recruit rank of heroes. Poseidon for campaign movement range. Ooh, that's a good one. And construction time of all buildings. And Aphrodite for casualty replenishment rate and happiness. But not growth. Thankfully not growth. Because that, if it was growth, that means people would stop building altars to Aphrodite, which would be stupid. We got enough people. We don't need to worship her anymore. Okay, let's see. Well, as much resources as I've got, which is not a terrific amount. Let's see. I can set up the Frictorias, but I don't know how useful they'll be. There's no unique buildings I can build. However, this place does need some civil buildings. Alright, we'll start up mud brick houses. There we go. Hang on. Okay. So the amount... Okay, so the lower number is actually the income. My amount of food income is actually higher than the amount of food I have in my possession. Interesting. Just having a food surplus... Okay, so you just automatically have a food surplus. Interesting, so food is no longer a sort of upkeep system for cities, as it used to be. Interesting, interesting. It's back to just... It's currency. It's just straight currency. Interesting. So you can't do any Three Kingdoms type stuff where you would kill someone by cutting out their food supply. Okay, so let's see. Let's check... oh, heroes and agents, provinces, known factions, missions. Where's diplomacy? Ah, up here. Let's see. Royal decrees, diplomacy. Okay, so the Salamis, who we... Okay, there we go. Let's... Yeah, okay. So, we have a non-aggression pact with the Salamis. We are allied with Sparta, unsurprisingly. We know about Phthia. Phthia? I don't understand Greek. Knossos. Okay, we know a lot of people. Here's the important part. Okay, so we've already got Troezen as a vassal. We're at war with the Tyrants. We have a non-aggression pact with Pylos as well. Okay, so the Achaean... There's a tribal difference between the Achaeans and the Ionians. Right, I do remember hearing about that once. And that's where Corinthians and Athena are. Athens are. Interesting. So we've got... So you can only... By default, you can only pick from the Achaeans and the Trojans. Or, well, their name isn't the Trojans. It's... What tribe are they supposed to be? I don't know. Oh my god, they start off with so many... They start off with so much military access. How much military access do we start off with? Only Troezen. Okay, so... In my immediate surroundings, the Tyrants need to go. They need to go. And other than that, I don't know how many people I'm supposed to vassalize versus how many people I should just outright kill. Because Agamemnon is supposed to be a vassal hoarder. Let's see. What does influence do? What does influence do? Let's check. Influence is the culture thing. Right. Okay, I see what's going on here. What? Okay. And then in Tyrants, we will... Wait, we own a city here? Oh, we own Epityros. Okay. And Epityros has a bronze forge, so it's giving us bronze income. Good to see. And ship stands, which increases food per turn, income of all resources, growth. Besieged armies can leave the settlement via the port? Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. That's really interesting. That's cool. I like that. Okay, do we have any resources to spare to put anything else here? What is this? Resources? Oh, wait. These are... Oh, right. The resource settlements. So, Mycenae had the buildings that I could build in... Hang on. Let's click on Mycenae. So, Mycenae had the administration building tree because it's a big city. But Epityros is not a big city. It is instead a bronze city, a bronze settlement. So instead of being able to produce administration buildings, I can only produce resource buildings. Interesting. Okay. This game is very different from other Total Wars. Very different. Interesting. Okay. I don't have anything to spend there, do I? Doesn't look like there's anything I can build, no. Can't even upgrade any buildings. Okay. So, let's see. Oh, I start off with 2 armies. Pleisthenes here. Oh, Pleisthenes is Tyrants' army. I'm an idiot. Okay, so I start off with just 1 army, Agamemnon. No, wait, I start off with... No, that's Corinth, okay. Okay, so I need to hit Tyrants. I'll vassalize them. And then I'll march up north and start taking Corinth and... Hang on. Stymphalos to unite the province of Mycenae. Okay. And we've got, let's see, Agamemnon, who is an epic hero, though he's not the best. Light swordsmen, militia, spearmen, young spears, and light javelin men. A lot of melee infantry here, but that's the Greeks for you. Or the ancient Greeks, at least. Okay, interesting. Let's look around just a little bit more. Alright, so if I want to get the Total War victory, occupy, raise, or sack 100 different settlements? 100 settlements. Jesus Christ, how many are there? Defeat my first antagonist faction. Is that supposed to reference Tyrants, or is the game at some point going to be like, oh, hey, Troy is your nemesis, go kill him? We also need to control Troy, Mycenae, and Knossos. Where's Knossos? Oh boy, it's way the fuck down there. Okay. So I think Troy's up there. Mycenae is there. Knossos is there. So Knossos will definitely be a sooner objective for us to hit than Troy. Though I assume Troy, they're going to be confederating a lot of power up there anyways, and we're probably not going to be able to get to them before they can really consolidate their power. The Homeric victory, complete the hero's mission chain, make sure the following factions are destroyed or confederate, all the Trojans, yeah. Maintain at least 60% of the following influence in the specified provinces. Okay, so I need to make sure that all of these provinces are ruled by Achaeans and hold Troy. Interesting. Okay, I see. Alright.
Shepherd of the people.
This sounds really interesting. And I have to keep checking. Okay, gods. Here we go. The gods. Oh boy. Prayer Hecatomb. A hecatomb sacrifice is a major way to instantly gain favor with a god. It costs resources and can only be used once every few turns. Prayer. By clicking on this button, you can pray to a god to receive positive effects. The higher your cult level, the greater are the effects, which become active the turn after your prayer. You can pray once per turn and cannot pray to a god or goddess while the effects of the prayer to them remain active. Divine Will. These are your cult levels. Cult levels are milestones of accumulated favor that unlock you bundles of effects as a divine boon from a god. Gain enough favor to go up a cult level. Green gods watch over the state and its people. They will bestow upon you administrative effects related to economy, provincial happiness, and growth. The domain of red gods is war and battle. Worship them to gain powerful bonuses for your units. Yellow gods are teachers of wisdom and cunning. Honoring them will improve your agents, make your armies move further on the campaign map, and so on. And favor decay per turn. Each turn you will lose a certain amount of favor with all the fickle gods due to neglect. Overcome this by building temples in your settlements and having your priestess agents enact ritual actions or order hecatomb sacrifices through the dedicated button. Okay, interesting. Toggle overlays, okay. Oh, so there's just information overlays now that explain buttons. That's really smart, I like that. Okay, so hecatomb sacrifice. Sacrifice 500 food. Okay, let's see. So, Hera. Right now, praying to Hera. How much respect will we get? Okay, so praying to a given god, hecatombing to a given god will increase favor by like 70. And will get us up to cult level 1. Okay, so the prayer to Hera now, while I'm at neglected, would increase siege holdout time and attrition casualties suffered by enemy armies in my territory. Once I get her up to cult level 1, I'll increase missile damage of all slingers and reduce recruitment cost of all army units and provinces with a 50%. That's shit. Recruitment cost is shit. I wish the Kiev Assembly would acknowledge that if you're going to make recruitment cost buffs, make them like 50%, not 2%. Because like 2% recruitment cost, that's a fucking paltry, like, sum right there. Alright, Zeus. Increases diplomacy. Okay, so the prayers have different costs. So a prayer costs 20 gold and 400 food. Interesting. Okay, if we upgrade him, it increases melee attack of clubs and missile damage of javelins. Ares would decrease morale of enemy units, increase local recruitment capacity, and plus 20% morale of sword and axe units. Apollo would provide success chance to all agent actions, increase to campaign map line of sight, only around temples of Apollo though, increased recruit rank for priestesses, and 20% to construction cost of all temple buildings. Athena would provide recruit rank for all units, that's not bad at all, and increased morale to spear units, decreased for fatigue, but only while defending, that's shit. Poseidon, immune to deep seas attrition, ooh, that's nice. That's probably really nice, considering we're going to have to cross the ocean to get to Troy at some point. Increased campaign movement range at sea, and reduced enemy siege holdout time. Aphrodite increases growth and happiness, and increases diplomatic relations with all factions, and increases the effects of the Organized Games commandment. I see. Okay, well, I don't think I'm going to pray to any of them right now, because I don't know how... Oh, 20 gold, we make that in a turn, so I guess it's not really that big. Okay, let's see. Well, hang on. What I should do first is, let's check, what do I spend to recruit units? Food, okay. They have an upkeep, okay, let's see. What we can recruit now is militia, young spears, spearmen, slingers, skirmishers. They each get a recruitment cost and upkeep of food. Spearmen seem to be the best by far. Skirmishers not terribly, well, not by far, because skirmishers aren't terribly far behind. But militia, slingers, young spears, eh. Okay, so you recruit with food. And you upkeep with food. Interesting. Okay, so if I do want to pray to the gods, though, I should probably check what else I can do first. I can appoint, okay, I can set up court positions. And types of positions shows how many heroes have been assigned to this position, how many positions are left empty, and which effects this faction receives from this position. Left click to display full information about the effects this faction receives from the number of heroes in this position. Interesting. Okay, so Agamemnon gets exclusive access to, like, court positions, like, in the style of Three Kingdoms, or the Wood Elves, Vampire Coast, and pre-update Empire and Warhammer. Interesting. But I need heroes to actually fill these court positions. Let's see. The lion's share. Okay, so this is where I can control vassals and extort them. So, Agamemnon has explicit, like, separate vassal mechanics from everybody else. Interesting. Tax rate. Increase the amount we tax our vassals. Use the slider to increase or decrease the amount of resources received each turn from your vassal's tribute. Higher amounts of resources will cause greater negative diplomatic relations with them. Shows what resources you receive from your vassals each turn and how their diplomatic relations with you are affected. Select the vassal to demand extra tribute from. Use these buttons to select the resource for an extra tribute demand. Okay, so let's see. So currently I'm at the lowest possible rate. I can't really dick the vassals around too much. Okay, this menu should be here for every faction going forward in Total War to make vassals not terrible. But I am glad that Agamemnon just flatly does better with vassals than other factions because it gives him a different playstyle. Okay, so we've got all this going on. What is this? Oh, these are the setups, right? I have minus 20 diplomatic relations with Pelasgians. Let me check that. Hang on, let's go to diplomacy. Do we even know any Pelasgians? We do, okay. Or Pelasgians. Yeah, there we go. And what is royal decrees? Oh, these are texts. Okay. Choose a decree to issue. Once issued, its effects are permanent. The higher your administration efficiency rating, the quicker you issue decrees. You can queue several subsequent decrees. Be mindful, some royal decrees cost resources to unlock. There should be more of that. Okay, so we start off with 2 decrees unlocked. Treasure Hall, plus 20 gold per turn, faction-wide. And Royal Stone, plus 80 stone per turn. Okay, so let's see. We can also start up Royal Granaries, Royal Bronze, Royal Timber. But it would be quicker for us to go ahead. We could go for Songs of the Age, which would increase the Achaean influence. The People's Feast for happiness in all provinces. I should check how the happiness is. Cadence drills for battle speed for all units. And recruitment cost for all heavy infantry. Recruitment cost may actually be worth something in this game, honestly. Like, looking at the fact that it costs food instead of money. We'll see. Okay, so it's slightly unhappy in Mycenae, but happiness is not a real priority. And what's the influence like in here? Let's see. It is 50% Achaean, but there is still 40% Ionians and 10% Pelasgians, and the Pelasgians are increasing their influence. So what we're going to do is we're going to start working on Songs of the Age to get the Achaean influence up and increase the Achaean influence in Mycenae. Excuse me.
Among men.
Okay, after taking 4 fucking... Oh, this army has bronze upkeep? What units take bronze upkeep? Ah, light javelin men do. Okay. Interesting. That explains why my bronze income is so shit. Hang on. Actually, I want to see. Do cities cost upkeep? No, they don't. I think it's interesting having buildings that cost upkeep.
The Lion of Mycenae.
Okay. Oh, we've also got... Okay, known factions, provinces, heroes and agents, events. Those are just all the menus. Notifications. There's construction available, and yeah. Oh, I like that. I like that, just being able to go ahead and look at the notifications ahead of time. That's cool. Okay, there's a lot of innovations here that I really like. And the game looks pretty, too. I mean, look at Agamemnon. He's got some badass armor. And so does this dude. He's wearing a fucking lion's head. What a badass. Alright, Mr. Pleiasthenes of Tyrans. Let's do this.
Massacre the lot.
Alright. Scout terrain. Quick save. Okay, so what they have got. Light swordsmen, spearmen, young spears, skirmishers, slingers. Pretty well the same setup we got, except we got a better lord. Looks like we've got... So yeah, we've got light swordsmen and 2 units of spearmen instead of just 1. And we've got light javelin men where they just have skirmishers. And we'll scout the terrain, though I don't know how much it'll be helpful. Because they've added a whole... No god is on yours. Fuck you too? Alright, let's do this. Whoa. Oh, interesting. Predicted own okay, that's a good feature to have. Warhammer needs that, really. Warhammer needs lots of things. Playing the historical Total Wars, there's a lot of quality of life features that disappeared from the historical games into the fantasy games. So this is going to be interesting, and I'm going to be a bit of a dumbass noob here, because this game just came out and it adds new terrain types to the game. Mud and tall grass. Go ahead and start deployment. Oh, this is a good map. I like this map already. This is a cool map right here. Okay, so what we got here is cliffside. So mud and tall grass are unique new terrain types, which change up the game quite a bit. My understanding is that tall grass decreases speed and can be sneaked through like trees. Oh my god, this game is beautiful. The graphics just make my dick so hard. Okay. I don't see any mud or tall grass on this map, so I guess that's not really a factor here. Alright, let's pull all my guys back. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to take advantage of this cliffside. We are going to... Do I have any other skirmishes? It's just light javelin men. I see. Okay, can I see unit cards, please? Let me see if that's a thing I can turn on the menu. Let's see. Game settings. No! Is it in under, like, UI or something? No! Okay, I'd like to see unit cards here. Hang on. Okay, I guess I can't. I guess it's just self-explanatory. It's slightly armored javelin men. They'll stand up to some melee scrutiny, but not too much. The primary point is skirmishing. Okay. So we're going to keep them on the side of the cliff, and what we're going to try and do here... I'm on offense, so I guess I can't force them to come to me, in which case we're going to have to change the way... Ooh, there's tall grass. Tall grass, okay. It's just telling me about Vanguard units. Well, I guess I'll learn what tall grass does shortly. I can't promise... Like, I can't entirely predict that the AI is going to try and come and get me here. Let's get the guys with shields in front. There we go. And... Oh, excuse me. We'll put the club militia on the right flank, because they're probably just going to serve as flanking units. Let's get them behind the light swordsmen, because the light swordsmen actually have armor, so they're going to stand up to more scrutiny. There we go. Light militia, yeah, there we go. And young spears will just try and guard this flank, I guess. There we go. Agamemnon himself will be put there. There we go. Oh my god, units run fast. Oh no, that's just the camera fucking with me. I don't know, the units don't seem as slow as I was expecting, though. Is the enemy gonna come and get me? No, they're going to try and hold the position on the hill. That's understandable. So I'm going to have to move up here. Let's see. Alt-click. There we go. And just tell them to walk so they don't lose stamina. The skirmishers are going to have to go on the flanks. Tell them to walk just to make sure that nobody loses any stamina unnecessarily. I did set up the game settings so that guard mode is on by default and skirmish mode is off by default, which is generally the way I prefer to do things. Set formation. Oh, do I have to research formations as text? Interesting, okay. Or is it just a thing? No. Okay. So the main guys are going to be getting in. This game has so much better unit designs than Rome 2. I was really worried when Troy was announced that we were going to get Rome 2's whole thing of, like, really lame ancient armor designs, and they actually look really good in this game. Oh my god, these guys are just straight up fucking naked. Nice. Like, this reminds me a lot of Three Kingdoms. This is very Three Kingdoms-esque. Alright, let me just... Here we go. Oh, hang on. Oh, how do I turn off the mouse in this one? Hang on, let's see. How do I turn off the mouse? Let's see. So I know how to turn off the UI. But how do I turn off the mouse? Cursor visibility. Set that to L. There we go. Oh, D. Save succeeded. There we go. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get a nice, good shot of these guys. Oh, yeah. That's good. That's good shit right there. That's real good shit right there. Alright, that's enough graphics, just taking in the scenery here. I like how the game tells me, I can't tell them where they are. Oh, this must be dueling. Right, they did keep the dueling mechanic from Three Kingdoms. Good, good. I like dueling. I like challenging the enemy general to a duel so he can be like, fuck off. I ain't doing that shit. You'd fucking kill me. I don't want to die. There definitely seems to be a good bit more Warhammer here than typical historical games. Alright. For anyone who's wondering, by the way, how I'm doing that black magic bullshit of clicking and dragging the entire formation and then being able to turn it, it's actually quite simple. You hold Alt, you left click to drag, and once you've got it out, you can press Control to change the direction it's facing. God, I love Total War. I should play more of it, except that I'm already playing a ton of it for this channel. But that's why I started recording it for this channel, because it motivates me to fucking play it. And God, how I love it. So, I wonder... They're leaving a lot in the back here. Oh, slingers. Oh, shit. Okay. Book it.
Your hero is under attack.
I'm aware that he is under attack. I saw that shit happening. Okay, well... That's enough of that. Enough of that formation bullshit. Let's do this proper. Oh no, oh no. I accidentally... There we go, there we go. I accidentally gave... I didn't click on this guy. Okay, let's get the skirmishers in place. Oh boy, okay, yes, I can press space to get rid of the trees. Thank Christ. Where are the rest of his units? There they are, okay.
Have spotted hidden foes.
Alright, my young spears against yours. Let's do this. Well, this is going to be a bit of a clusterfuck, but that's forest battles for you. Okay, so the AI in its infinite wisdom is not bothering to flank. It is just instead just going with stacking their units up. Generally, in Total War, it's smarter to try and use excess units to try and flank. As you can see, I have not done that because this is a forest battle, and I panic in forest battles. Can I challenge this guy to a duel? I don't know where the duel button is, but okay. I'm holding spacebar to see through the trees. A very valuable piece of advice there. Okay. So yeah, this is just an infantry slog right here. Hang on. I'm going to win this infantry slog, but it's still an infantry slog. We're going to kill the enemy leader, which is nice. How are my javelin men doing? Fairly well. The slingers are now focusing them down, though. Let's hit the skirmishers. No, let's hit the young spears. Or, no, let's hit the spears. I'm giving these guys all kinds of differing orders. There we go. Okay, so I did wind up losing quite a bit of my actual highest quality units here. The spearmen lost quite a bit, but it is what it is. Alright, let's see. What is this meter that's above Pleiesthenes here? Doesn't matter. Alright, everyone except him. Yeah, let's... Alright. Let's go ahead and flank these spearmen and fuck them up. And turn off guard mode and just get in. Alright, let's get my javelin men to fire on those light swordsmen. Get them to flee, hopefully. Alright. Holding the space bar is getting to be a bit of an annoyance here. Alright, let's see. Are these skirmishers... These light swordsmen are actually fast enough that they're catching up to the skirmishers. Nice, nice. They're wearing a lot of armor for light swordsmen, but
Your
whatever.
warriors are losing heart.
One of my units is about to book it, the spearmen. The young spears have actually done a pretty admirable job of staying in the fight. I wasn't expecting that. The young spears kind of seem like cheap shit units. Okay, let's see. Those guys have broken. Let's focus fire on the spearmen still. I love proper skirmishers in these Bronze Age type games. The skirmishers over here are actually holding up the line fairly well.
Your warriors are rallying.
Okay, the spearmen have rallied. There we go, let's get them back in place. Oh! Agamemnon has an ability that I've not used. I'm a dumbass. Is what it is.
Victory is close enough to taste.
Okay, let's see. Get the javelin men to take out those young spears. I guess we'll get these spearmen on the move. Wait, what is this? Aristeia. Aristeia is the greatest exploit for a hero. In order to perform one, the hero must gather enough Aristeia points. It is earned by using battle abilities and generating rage. Aristeia can only be used once per battle. Interesting, okay. Boy, the javelin men are just fucking these guys up. I was really expecting Agamemnon to do a better job of fighting Pleiades here, but whatever. Let's see.
One of your units has no more ammunition.
Okay, the skirmishers have run out of ammo. We'll send them to go hit the other skirmishers. Let's see. Those slingers are just going to keep running until into perpetuity, because they are light, and that means that they can run about as fast as light infantry. As you can see, they're keeping up with the militia. I ought to tell these spearmen to just ignore it, because they're not catching up anytime soon.
Your hidden units.
Okay, let's see. The light javelin men are going to hit the skirmishers. Let's have the swordsmen join in. I don't have any units that are fast enough to kind of cut them off at the pass, but it is what it is. Let's see. I don't know what the hell this Aristeia is. I'm curious. Alright, let's see if we can try and get these skirmishers to turn around at the incorrect time. Eventually those slingers have to rout. Though I assume it's not going to be until Pleiades here bites it.
We're not finished.
Agamemnon and Pleiades here are probably going to be fighting for quite a while. Hang on, let's tell Agamemnon, turn off guard mode for Agamemnon, so he'll just keep chasing Pleiades every time Pleiades books it. Okay, these skirmishers are about to hit the edge of the map, so they're not going to be able to route any further. And when they turn around, they will hopefully... Yeah, they aren't even bothering to turn around, the idiots. Okay. Nope, rocking a fucking hard place here, ain't it?
Hades has claimed the enemy hero.
Alright, Pleiades is dead. Thank Christ. Alright, everybody should be tired. There we go, victory. Alright, well, I don't think we're catching any of the guys that are booking it. So, end battle. Close victory. Yeah, I'm still getting used to this. Fighting in the forest did not help, though. Curious how sieges are going to be here. Oh boy! And we get a cool cutscene. Nice. And Pleistenes is dead. He's still got some units that are on the run, the slingers notably. Let's see. Increase morale, increase food treasury, or replenish units. Let's go for unit replenishment.
Ever more powerful.
And we've increased our food and bronze supply as well. Okay, maintain 12 units in total for more food and bronze. Okay, let's see. In Tyrants, they've got another city army under Eurystheus. Let's go ahead and recruit some more units for Agamemnon. He's not going to be joining into the fight again this soon anyways.
The prize is ours.
So, let's see. I quite like skirmishers, personally. Okay, looking at the stats, let's see. Militia are light. Okay, all of these units are light except for the spearmen. The young spears are bad on defense, but have a good charge. The militia... Okay, so spearmen are not defensive units in this game. Not necessarily, rather. The militia are expendable. Hang on, can we pin? Oh. Hang on, let's close it. Close this. Close this. Okay, let's pin it. So they do have the expendable trait. Okay, interesting. The young spearmen, slingers are expendable. And they have much better range than skirmishers. Since artillery is not going to be a thing in this game, we're going to want some slingers. At least some slingers.
Victory
So,
is mine.
yeah, we'll go ahead and take
We are in a
2
talk.
slingers. Just so we can have some slingers at all. And because they are cheap and expendable... Let's see, what's their melee attack compared to... they're just bad on every regard, I guess. Young spears seem to be the go-to offensive unit here. Yeah. Hang on, let me see this. Let me pin this. Okay, so bonus versus large, bonus versus swordsman, bonus versus axeman for those guys. Interesting, okay.
Day.
So spears in this game are not just necessarily defensive anti-large, as I probably would expect with a game focusing on Greeks, but let's see. Skirmishers get poor missile damage. Interesting. But is it armor piercing? Let me check that. It is armor piercing, it just doesn't do a whole lot of damage outright. Oh, it still does better damage than slingers do. So we'll keep the slingers around just for the sake of range. The young spearmen, the young spears, who I thought for certain would be a shit unit, are actually pretty good. That's good to know. We'll keep the militia around just as like a shit frontline unit. Other than that, let's see. Okay, we've got all the royal decrees down. Let's check the gods. So we can perform a hecatomb for any of the gods. Let's see. We can perform an immediate prayer for 20 gold and 400 food. I don't know how important food is exactly. Let's see. For which one would I want immediately? Like this very same turn. Let's go with... Growth and happiness are good. But so is decreased enemy morale. I'll go with the prayer to Ares. No, I'll go with the prayer to Aphrodite.
Receive my offering.
And whose
grant
level
my
1
desires.
stuff would I be interested in? Let's see. Athena, morale for spear units, and fatigue in battle for all units while defending. Melee attack of club units and javelins. Zeus seems like he might be a good one for us, the way we're building right now. Let's go with, yeah, Zeus. We'll perform a hecatomb for him.
This feast.
So Zeus is up to respected. Once we get him up to level 2, he will decrease recruitment costs for heroes and agents. Messenger of Thunder trait to all newly recruited agents. Descendant of Zeus trait to all newly recruited heroes. Once we get him up to the top level, he unlocks recruitment of the Minotaur. Increased happiness for every defensive or military alliance. And increased influence for every defensive or military alliance. Interesting. Okay. Okay, there we go. And let's see. Missions, muster the troops. We're working on that one, actually. And we can upgrade Agamemnon. Let's see the skill tree here. Let's see. He already starts with Leader of Men, which just increases his hit points and provides him the melee attack and melee defense ability. We can either go with Reinvigorate, which is increases his health and the stamina of nearby units, or March of Hermes, which increases speed and stamina for nearby units. Let's go with Reinvigorate. Yeah, that sounds better to me. And subsequently from there we can upgrade Reinvigorate to Stamina, focus on Stamina, or have a smaller cooldown. Interesting, okay. Equipment. Ah, okay, I see. Interesting. Agamemnon's shield provides more hero armor and makes him immune to flanking. His scepter increases the morale of all units in the army and decreases recruitment cost of all heavy infantry units in the province. Interesting, okay. He is bold, which increases the aura size and morale. He is an epic hero, so he increases rage, morale, and influence. He is a Homeric character, which means he cannot permanently be killed. And he has lineage, which increases the administration efficiency for royal decrees and influence. I see. View in King of Men. Oh, right, that's just for his rank thing. I mean, his offices. Alright, this is... I like this. I like this a lot. I'm excited to play some more. So, I hope you guys will join me for the next part.